Watch out, this podcast may contain adult content. We're brought to you today by Altered Reality Entertainment, the creators of Empire State Comic-Con. Check it out at escomiccon.com. And now, on to the show. Hello and welcome to On the Case, an investigative television podcast. Me and Casey. Today, we're talking about Game of Thrones characters, living and breathing ahead of the final season, telling you what their happy endings are, their sad endings, giving you some theories, and telling you if they're going to live or going to die. Casey, tell me about who we talking about today.
Today we're talking about a character that was so essential to give an entire episode to. The direwolf Ghost, of course. Jon Snow.
That sarcasm you're hearing in Casey's voice is Casey roasting me because he did not want to do an entire episode devoted to Ghost. But I'm a true Game of Thrones fan.
Oh, shut
Unlike the creators of the show, David and Dan, who won't give my dude Ghost screen time. And I understand there is a budget, but you know what we need to cut out? Some effects, some scenes, and cut out and carve out some time for my guy Ghost.
And cut out some Bran stuff, because apparently that's not essential to you at all, right?
Bran's trash.
I love
Give
Bran.
me Ghost. Give me Ghost scenes.
Ghost is amazing, and he's definitely my favorite direwolf. It's just that, you know, he's not a person, so it's hard to talk about his motivations and whatnot. But yeah, let's get into it. So Ghost has been around. He was found by Jon Snow.
Episode 1.
Yes, in the scene that made George R. R. Martin write the entire series was them finding the direwolves. That's the scene that just popped into his head one day, and now we have the entire series because of that one scene. And Ghost is a big part of that scene. I mean, Jon finds him after they've ridden considerable... In the books, they've ridden almost across an entire wooden bridge, and then he hears a whimper from the one last remaining direwolf, the runt of the litter, Ghost, and he goes back and finds it. Some people think that means that maybe Bran or the Three-Eyed Raven put some sort of like sound there for him to hear, so he would go back.
Ghost riding the whip, like looking at him, just like, yo.
All we know is that
Come back, Jon.
Something special happened that day, and Jon found this special direwolf, the only one that's all white with red eyes, and they call him Ghost because he walks super silently, and he's very loyal, and he always comes back, and he's helped Jon and the Night's Watch through a lot of really scary times.
All right, so I want to throw you a little bit of overview stuff. All kinds of bullshit on Ghost for him just disappearing in and out of the show this whole time. And that's one I know it's the budget. I get it. I'm mad about it. Like, I'm mad online. I know I'm excessive, but like in the books, that relationship is so cool, and the fact that I know in the show that they have to kind of, you have so many characters that you have to kind of condense, but like everyone having the warg dream, you know, like Arya's having them, Jon's having them, they're all having these wolf dreams and all these things.
Everyone but Sansa, I think.
Yeah, and so
Rob does too.
Yeah, and it's just like this thing that's like a big thing, and I miss it in the show, and I really wish that there was another connective layer between Jon and Ghost, because like there's so many, like, they come up with these weird excuses almost to pull him off the board, and then there's like, he's like,
oh,
where are you?
Here,
yeah, he's at Craster's now. Or they captured him, and it's like, where you been, boy? It's been ages. And it's just like this. I'm like offended as a fan of the show. I'm like, this is bullshit.
Yeah,
I'm mad.
Look, I always want more direwolf, and the one place that I thought Ghost made the most sense to be there that he wasn't, and it was upsetting, was the Battle of the Bastards.
Yeah.
But what I read was that the showrunners had to make a choice, CGI-wise. They could either have Ghost, or they could have One the Giant. And I think they made the right decision, because one would have been way more of a tide turner, and Ghost being out there, he would have gotten murdered. How do you do that scene where they're surrounded without a dog getting murdered? We've seen Summer get murdered because he was surrounded. Like, a wolf would not make the right decision in that moment. And Ghost is going to have at least, I think, 2 big moments this next season and the last season.
Here's my thing.
So
if he's not in this final battle, I'm flipping a mofo and table.
No, they've got the budget.
I'm breaking something.
They've got all the budget.
I'm
they had
breaking
2
it.
years worth of budget.
I'm breaking it.
I'm pretty sure the showrunner said that Ghost has at least 1 or 2 good moments.
I need Ghost in the show. Okay, so let's.
If it was up to me, they'd have the whole fucking wolf pack with them here too.
When was the last time we even saw Ghost? Can you refresh my memory? Because I don't remember. Was it Jon being resurrected in that room? Yeah, was that the last time?
It might be. In season 6, yeah. Episode 2.
So Ghost isn't in season 7 at all.
I don't think so.
Right?
They don't take him north of the wall. They're not. I mean, you just assume he's chilling in the Godswood at Winterfell, right?
Like okay, so they're
He
having
doesn't go with him because Jon's gone half the season.
They're having that council scene in the north, right? Like when Jon's like presenting his plan to go south. Like,
Yeah.
just have Ghost in the corner.
Yeah.
Just give me a dog head, like just like.
Or Bran's out in the Godswood.
People are standing there.
Have Ghost just chilling, like laying down somewhere.
Yeah, Lyanna Mormont's just like hanging out, petting the mofo in the background. John's like, important battle plans. So I'm just like,
you could literally have a scene where she like gives him a bone, and all you see is like his paw like pull it, and like you just know Ghost is there. Anything.
Yeah. I just need to know he's there.
God,
I just need to.
Unlimited budget, Ghost would have been in so many more scenes. It's so
I need
crazy.
Ghost.
Yeah, and like for people that didn't read the books, it is very heavily implied that all the Starks are wargs.
Yeah.
And that Bran is not a warg, he is a green seer and then becomes a three-eyed raven. But in the show they wanted to streamline all that into the Bran's the only one with any of those abilities because they thought it would be too confusing, the disconnect between, well, what's the difference between a warg and a green seer, even though they literally have wargs in the wildlings.
Yeah, it negates Bran being special if everyone can.
But Jon wargs into Ghost in his dreams. Arya wargs into like a cat at one point, and then there's a Varamir Sixskins, who's another warg in the Wildling army. He could warg into all different kinds of animals, and it's rough because like literally we could have like Arya controlling Nymeria in theory and taking the entire wolf pack against the White Walkers, and we're never gonna see that in the show, which is frustrating. But yeah, Jon's last words when he's killed by the mutineers is not Ollie in the books, it is Ghost. And most people thought he would transfer his consciousness into Ghost, and when he gets resurrected, his consciousness would come back. The show kind of nudges you into the direction that kind of happened, and I think it was just more for the book readers to enjoy. But you see that the first person that reacts to Jon coming back, before he even takes his breath, is Ghost. Ghost kind of is sleeping, and he wakes up and looks over at Jon, and then you get the big gasp moment that ends the episode when Jon comes back. So I think that's kind of a fun little Easter egg. Yeah.
All right, so then we got to talk about Ghost's top moments.
Oh, he has so many good moments. I mean, when they say, when the wildlings are attacking, and Jon hands a key to Sam, and he goes, "I need him more than I need you."
Yeah.
And then he just comes out, and you see from the point of view of Ghost just tearing people up. Love it, man.
Dope
I mean,
stuff.
I get, like, we were talking about this earlier, because Ghost is a character that doesn't talk and is not a person, but whenever he shows up, I'm like, yes! Like, it's a cheer-worthy moment.
Yeah, because
every time.
Yeah.
It's so great. What about you? What's some of your favorite ones?
I was gonna say definitely the one that you mentioned where he kind of like wakes up and like it's very no. When he wakes up a little bit before Jon resurrects, I really like that moment. I'm just gonna say, just in general, just being a dog, like I'm just so happy that there are
that moment too when you mentioned like when he's like, "Where have you been, boy?" Like after they go back and kill the mutineers at Castor's Keep, and he's like been freed. And he just comes over and his ears are kind of down and he just looks kind of sad. He's like, "Oh my God, what in seven hells?" Like, another one's when Sam finally gets his bravery and he's standing up for Gilly against those two guys when Jon's gone, and they're gonna like basically assault Gilly, and then he's like, he gets his ass beat. He gets up and he's like, not gonna stand down, and then Ghost comes up and just starts snarling. Those fucking cowards run away.
They're just out. Yeah,
that's Ghost, man. He's just there in a pinch.
So that moment when Qhorin Halfhand and like they're going north of the Wall, and then Jon's with the Wildlings, and then Ghost totally comes with Jon to the Wildlings because like that would be totally cool. It would make sense. Oh wait, that moment never happened.
The wolves run off and go hunting a lot. They're a lot like the dragons.
But the homie should have been with Jon when he went to the Wildlings. That would have given Jon credibility. Would have made him legit. Like they would have been like, "Oh, a dire." I'm like,
Ghost doesn't get to do anything north of the Wall, really.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that he was with them at the Fist of the First Night and maybe saved a few lives by killing a few whites.
Would you? I don't know.
Hey, here's a big Ghost moment. He literally warns Jon that the first white in the entire series is about to kill the Lord Commander, and he saves him.
Yeah.
And that's when he gets Long Claws, which is a big moment. So
it's important for the trajectory.
That wouldn't have happened if he hadn't.
Clutch moment. Ghost coming through in the clutch.
And he's kind of like clairvoyant almost. Like and
they
talk about that in the books a little bit. Like Catelyn actually has a scene where she's talking about like these wolves were given us. Like it was like a gift from the gods. Like she notices a weird connection between Grey Wind and Robb that she can't just say it's like a really well trained animal or intuition of an animal or survival instincts. It's something special and like cosmic and magical,
Yeah.
and she notices it, and we get hints of that in the show, but it's really special what they have, and the one with John, and the fact that he's like the different one. He's like the runt, the litter, the bastard, and then so is Ghost. It just makes their connection stronger to me.
That much better.
Yeah, I always liked it. For sure.
I was just going to go into worst moments, and I was going to list every episode that he's not in as a worst moment.
Where's my list?
These guys.
It's quite long.
I'm just so bad.
Season 7.
Ghost is not in more episodes. Yeah. Season episode
Season
4,
3.
scene 3.
So bad.
Yeah.
I wish there was more Ghosts. I mean, and that's just a testament to how cool the direwolves are.
Yeah.
I mean, like Daenerys' dragons trump everything because they are so capable of murdering thousands of people at once.
Direwolves are like bear-sized wolves, right?
They are.
Supposed to, okay, that's another thing. Like, I feel like Ghost has never been as big as I would imagine a direwolf to be, but also he's the runt. Yeah.
So he's still bigger than a wolf, but he's not super giant compared to most wolves.
Yeah.
But when you see him like tackle dudes in those like little split cuts that they do, he is towering over the dude pretty good.
I just need a really good like moment, because like the King in the North battle, like when they steal the march on Jaime or whatever, and it's just like they do that night attack and whatever, and like you just see like Grey Wind for like half a second. I was like, I need to see a direwolf in combat.
I would love to.
I really need
I know,
to see
and
it.
they just talk about it like, yeah, he killed 12 horses and twice as many men. And I'm like, I want to see Grey Wind do that. That's fucking amazing. All I ever get to see Grey Wind do is look cool, bite one dude's hand, and then get shot.
And then also be sewn.
Don't even talk about that.
Bro, that was I wanted to make a pop figure that was the head of the Grey Wind pop, and then sewn to the body of the Rob one.
That would be crazy.
Yeah, I was hoping they would have made that. Like,
that would really
exclusive.
be twisting the knife.
Yeah.
Red Wedding, King of the North.
Comes the King in the North.
The King of the North.
Yeah, just bad.
Yeah, but Ghost has got a part to play in this story for sure, I think. And I think it might be just that he's a protector for like maybe Bran or somebody. Mm-hmm. But he might be straight up out in the battlefield. But I really don't want to see him die.
Yeah, I don't.
If he dies, I'm gonna be really fucking mad.
Yeah, same.
We've lost all of them.
Yeah, because that was gonna be another top moment for me, like being one of the only surviving direwolves besides Nymeria. Yeah. Like, good on you. Like good job.
Maybe it's good that he wasn't in the show because
they just would have murdered him. Yeah,
he didn't die in the kennels that he was in, like any of those kennels, and like God, it was close. But yeah, him snarling, ready to fuck shit up when the mutineers are trying to come in to get Jon, and then when Davos is protecting Jon's body and Ghost is just snarling, standing above him, like, love it. Like, every scene with Ghost is memorable because he's a special character.
Yeah, because whenever he shows up, we're like, yay! Yeah. All right, so happy ending for Ghost.
Happy ending. The Starks are surviving, and he gets to be by Jon's side and chill in the Godswood and be like the protector of Bran and them until he dies of old age. That'd be my happiest. And I think Jon will ride Rhaegal, the dragon, because it's named after his dad, and there has to be another rider. I hope he doesn't forget Ghosts. I hope that you still get one moment where it's like Jon with a fucking sword.
Ghost back to back, yeah.
And Ghost is right next to him, and he looks down, and then Ghost looks up, and they're like, "Let's do this."
Yeah, it's like a nod. Yeah.
I know it's cheesy.
Service.
I want some cheese. I want it.
Hey, everything's better with cheese,
man. I want the stinky Parmesan deliciousness.
Just do it. Yeah, okay,
the cheese of the North!
I was going to say that I think his happy ending, so I got two. So either he just becomes like the house cat of Castle Black, and like people just let him walk around freely or whatever, as whatever happens with the Night's Watch, like if it's a trade outpost or a kind of a choke point to get to the north. Yeah, exactly. Either that or they decide after they lose in the north and they have to, or they win in the north or lose or whatever happens in the north, they're going back south and Ghost is with them, but then Ghost like sniffs and he smells Nymeria, and Jon's just like, I understand. It's like Arya and Jon are holding hands, just watching Ghost and Nymeria reunite and like do a few little puppy licks on each other's face, and then go off together.
That'd be awesome. I really like that. Yeah, he gets to go be with his own.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a hallmark fucking
ending. But no, we
if
can't
I've
get
heard
too
one.
bye Butterfree moments.
I want to hear your worst ending because mine's worst.
Oh no.
Let's hear it.
I think we're probably going to land in the same place. It's that Ghost dies, gets White Walker turned, and then kills a Stark.
Oh, that'd be horrible.
If he killed Arya, and John had to watch Ghost kill his sister,
Yeah.
that's pretty rough.
That would be pretty rough.
Lay it on me, though. Lay on me your worst.
Ghost dies.
Okay.
John dies.
Okay.
And they sew his fucking head. Here comes the king of the north, the king of the north. Oh, man. And Jamie Lannister does it, and like he was a double agent the whole fucking time. Oh, I'm so mad. And everybody.
I've got a good one for you, too.
I would punch my TV, and I love my TV.
I've got a good one for you. I got a real good one. Has Tormund met Ghost? Because I feel like the answer is no. Like, officially, I want to say no.
I don't know.
I mean, I know they're friends, and I just
well,
wonder...
technically, they were both in the courtyard during the battle when the White Walkers, or the Wildlings attacked Castle Black.
Because what I was going to say...
So he's lucky he didn't meet Ghost then.
I was going to say it'd be really funny if, like... So, like, John just lets Ghost do, whatever, north of the wall, and he comes back to Castle Black sometimes, or whatever. He just kind of... And then Tormund's just out hunting one day.
Oh.
It just murders.
Okay.
It just murders Ghost on accident.
I'm glad you said murdered because I thought you were going to say, you know how Tormund fucked a bear? What if he fucked Ghost? Just be like, God damn it. I'm going to fucking flip this microphone. Don't say that. I hate
That's
you.
incredible. That's so incredible.
And he's like describing it to John. He's like, it's nice and warm and soft underneath. I'm like, God damn it, Tormund, I loved you. Why would you do that to me?
That's great. That's incredible.
But yeah, if he was reanimated and he killed a major character, that's a good one. I like that one a lot.
When Brienne shuns Tormund, he's gonna have to find love somewhere else. So in the sweet furs of a direwolf.
I know, right?
Yuck.
Gross.
But John's pretty progressive, man. He let the wildlings through. He'd probably be okay with it.
What? No way.
I'm kidding.
Eat shit.
That's
No.
joke.
But yeah, I think Ghost has to live.
All right.
Hopefully.
Yeah, that's a funny sound.
I just don't want to hear one more horrible yelp sound as
I
a
don't
wolf
need
dies.
doesthedogdie.com to have a new entry. Okay, so do you think, if you had to put your money on it or bet, do you think Ghost lives or dies?
Lives.
Okay.
Unless he scurries off somewhere and gets adopted by John Wick.
Yeah.
Then all bets are off.
Oh, no. So, I don't have the willpower for this, but I wish I did. It was going to be like, if they kill Ghost, I stop watching. Just like, season 8, episode 4, Ghost dies. Done! F you guys, I'm out.
I'm sorry.
Never going to know how Game of Thrones ends.
Literally, if the first episode of season 8 is 48 minutes of George R. R. Martin shitting on a pile of money while burping the ABCs, I would still be there at 7 o'clock Eastern time to watch the next episode. I'm sorry. This is the best show ever made. It's my favorite. So, yeah, I would be very upset if Ghost died. But, the show goes on.
Gotcha. Very important question. Is Ghost Azor Ahai?
No, definitely not. I think he knows him.
Yeah. He can
So
smell
maybe
him.
if wargaming was possible, he was partially Azor Ahai for a minute.
Oh. Any other ghost theories?
No, not outside of the Stanley Hotel. That's my ghost theories. Dad joke, ghost theories. No, I don't know, man.
Who are you gonna call?
Ghostbusters. Hopefully, Ghost doesn't die because whoever kills Ghost, if it's like a known character, they're gonna clip it with Ghostbusters theme song, and that's gonna be a GIF or something or a meme.
I just
somewhere.
want you to know that you just inspired something.
Yeah,
I wanted to get a dog for a long time.
Okay.
And growing up, my dog was named Buster, and I kind of want to have another dog named Buster. And then I also want to get a dog named Ghost.
Sweet.
And then when I
So
need
you
to
get
get both of them, I'm like, Ghost, Buster!
And they come in the room like,
we're dogs.
you know how dogs do?
Yeah.
All theme saw me. Well, your dog's right. You're very themey.
Dire dogs is
Dire
what they'll be. Yeah,
That'd be
dire
awesome.
dogs.
For sure.
Yeah, that's my dire dog, Ghost.
I'm going to have a dog named Greywind, and I'm never going to leave him alone in a kennel. Ever.
Ever.
I'll bring his big ass on a fucking airplane if I have to.
Do with that pet hotel. Just real quick, speaking of dogs.
Okay.
Yes, just in the broad sense. I went to see a movie, and someone had a dog in the lobby, and, like, they were like, oh, step around, because it was clear that their dog had just taken a massive dump in the lobby of the movie theater, and then they were like, oh yeah, they were like, oh yeah, my wife's service dog, but like this dog was like wearing like he was not a service dog, and I just want to say we've gotten to a point of ridiculousness with this. Like I get it, some people need emotional support pets to feel okay, to deal with anxiety, to feel comfortable. You need that love and support in your life. I get it, but also. That dog was not a fucking service dog.
Don't buy your dog's coat on Amazon and act like it's an essential. Like, that's fucked up.
Yeah, it was so funny, man. Like, because, like, the dog was just, like, sitting on the floor, and I was like, this isn't a service dog. I could just tell by the, like, because he had, like, a haphazard, like harness thing.
We
and
know
didn't
people
even
with service dogs.
Yeah.
They would never shit in the middle of the theater.
Yeah, he was like, oh, he never does this. And I was just like, man, you just didn't want to leave your dog at home and you want to come see this movie. He took a massive dump, and like it was.
That's rough. I
was laughing like I was at the stand. And I felt so bad for the concession kid who had to come up with like paper towels and like a black trash can.
Yeah. Can I have a bag or something? Here's a light napkin.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Touch the fecal matter of another human's pooch.
Not fun.
Okay, well.
Something Ghost would never do.
No, Gus is a good boy, and he deserves to be in the show more.
He will be. I think he'll be in 4 of the last 6 episodes.
What a bold proclamation.
At least 3.
Immediate flip-flopping.
Well.
I am going with 1.
Okay.
If we're lucky.
As long as it's a battle,
2,
I'll be fine.
2, maybe like I could see him like I think he'll be in the battle episode, so that's 1 at least. And then maybe like at
the end.
The Stark kids are having a powwow. Like John gets back.
If John's king somewhere, I want Ghost sitting at his feet while he's on the throne.
Yes.
That's the shot I've wanted since season 2 or 3. Whenever Rob died, and I was like, okay, John's our guy. Let's go.
I hope John melts down the Iron Throne.
Yeah.
And makes a sword out of it.
I don't think any of it's Valyrian steel, though.
Who cares?
Maybe he makes a giant Valyrian steel sword and gives it to a giant. That'd be sweet.
What if you melt down the Iron Throne? Okay, if you melted down the Iron Throne and you made a sword from it, what would you name it?
The Conqueror. Because it's like Aegon's.
Gotcha,
yeah.
You know what I'd call it? The Seven Kingdoms.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like, Jon Snow's legendary sword, the Seven Kingdoms.
Wow. Ruler of the Seven Kingdoms. And he's just like holding a sword.
Like He-Man. Just,
I have the power. Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Are the Seven Kingdoms?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that brings us to the end of this one.
Yup.
Who we gonna talk about next time?
We gotta pick somebody.
We got to pick a person.
I'm thinking Lyanna Mormont.
Lyanna Mormont it is.
Yay.
I like her.
She's dope.
Hanging out in the north.
Doing dope stuff.
Doing dope things.
Not taking anyone's shit.
Not taking anyone's.
Not a lick of it.
No. She is not the lobby of an AMC. that was good.
Terrible.
It's good. It's good. All right. Thank you so much for listening to On the Case Game of Thrones. We're brought to you, as always, by Altered Reality Entertainment. They're the creators of Empire State Comic-Con. Check it out at escomiccon.com. Why did I get, like, super radio announcer voice?
Stupid.
It's whatever. It's just dumb. So dumb. Either way, we'll be back with another episode soon. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.